Alright, I'm home early enough. I'm going to go ahead and pull this motor apart. I'm going to pull these heads off. I looked up them 193 heads, and the internet experts say they're junk, which must be true, or they wouldn't be on the internet. So anyway, I'm going to pull them off and have a look at the cylinder wear, and then drain the oil out of it and flip it over and have a look at some bearings. Alright, I got one head off it. It always pays to observe. First thing I noticed is, it looks like that valve hit something right there. Right there. And if you come over here and look, it hit the piston. Now, why did it hit the piston? The story was the guy put new timing chain gears on it, forgot to tighten the bolts on the cam gear, and the cam gear fell off. And the stud there on the cam is broke. I don't know. I don't recollect these things are interference engine. We might find we got a bad rod bearing there, maybe. I don't know. Let's tear it apart the rest of the way and see what happens. Of course, if that happened, the cam would have got out of time badly, which could make it interfere, I suppose. Anyway, let's pull the other head off. Alright, there's the head off the other side. That valve had the same situation. Yeah, gummed right up. And that piston had the same situation. They got a little too close. However, there's hardly any cylinder wear. Can't quite catch a fingernail on it. Let's look a little closer. Alright, let's see if we can see this. It says right there, I don't know if you can read it, doggone it. Voodoo. Must be a Lunati Voodoo cam. Ooh. They don't look like they changed the valve springs. The cam, at a brief glance, looks okay, and so do the lifters. Somewhere, but okay. Anyway, we ain't gonna use that cam. This is just a stock motor. Put a big cam in a stock motor, you haven't done it any good in my experience. I don't know how good this motor's gonna be for me. Look there. The ring's either broke or stuck. It wasn't wearing all the way to the top. There's one that way on the other side too. Well, I got the oil pan off it. Oh, by the way, those of you who like to use lots of RTV, that's where it ends up a lot of times, in the oil pan. Or, worse yet, in the oil screen. What was that? Looks like a valve seal, maybe. Some other stuff. Anyway, I don't see anything just by wiggling bad on any of the rods. It's got a little windage tray in it from the factory. How about that? If I'd had any sense, I'd have took that flywheel off before I put it on the engine stand. I guess I didn't have any sense. Maybe we'll pull a cap off and just have a look there. I don't know about this thing. It's rebuildable, definitely. But I ain't really wanting to rebuild one for that truck. I just want to buy one that runs and put in it. Let me think it over a little. Alright. That is the number one. That's the lower bearing, which would be in the rod cap. It's kind of scratchy looking, but it don't look terrible. And that's the upper, which would be on the rod. It's got a little scuffed place there, but again, not down to the brass or nothing. Crank looks beautiful. I haven't mic'd it, but it looks beautiful, at least on that journal. And that one's farthest away from the oil pump, so generally, you know, barring other difficulties, that one might look the worst. Here's something else. Somebody's been... Threads look a little boogered up there. I might need to run a bolt in there and see if it's okay. And it don't look too good right there on the crank where the timing gear goes on. Almost looks like the gear spun, which it shouldn't do if there was a key there. I think what I'm gonna do is not use this block unless I can't find nothing better. See here, there, pretty good gouge in the cylinder. One of these ones, the top ring's broke or stuck. I think I'll sell it. That'll be worth $100, hadn't it? Rebuildable 350.